Hey everybody, it's Tracy. Welcome or welcome back. We are going to do a little behind the front door tour of a historic home in Campbell County in LaFollette. In particular, this home was built in the late 1800s and was the original heart of the Carr Dairy. For local people, you might know Carwin Road, and some of us older folks remember always hearing that this had been a dairy farm. So this was the Carr home, and it was the home of the original owners of the dairy farm. So we are going to step behind the front door and do a tour of this home. The first thing I want you all to see is this gorgeous front porch. The columns, the majestic entrance to this home are truly gorgeous. And this facade was added to the original home in the early 1900s. So let's go inside and take a look. Come on in. Welcome in. This foyer is absolutely magnificent. So the star of the show is this stairwell, and we may insert some pictures here, or perhaps we'll be able to get the beauty of this staircase in this video. But you can actually see, I think what's called a marriage wall is what they call it, where there was the original wall and then this addition. So there's some older photos, and I'll try to get those and at least put those in the comments if I can't get them in the video, of the original house before this facade was added and this extra space on the front of the house, which would have been this foyer and then that porch with the columns that we just saw. But this certainly gives a very grand entryway. And there is some furniture that the family had here in the home. One thing that they had was this organ that was turned into a writing desk, and then a corner cabinet that I don't think was built for this house, but it was actually built by a traveling carpenter, which is what the family had told me. Back in the days when people would actually travel and build furniture that you needed at your home, and then when they finished with you, they would move down the road and stay with the neighbors and build furniture for them. So there's a corner cabinet here, and we'll get a picture of that as well. But this beautiful foyer. Now the brick there is the back of the fireplace, and then there's a little storage closet. Now there is ductwork in here, and there is a central heat system. So all of that, of course, has been added later after the home was built. But let's go into the living room, the formal living area. If you're watching this video, you probably, like me, love homes with history. This home is so charming, and it offers so much character. This fireplace here, of course, now has gas logs, but I'm sure originally it did not. But this really is the focal point of this living room. There's some not original, but some of the wallpaper is still on the walls. And there's been some updates throughout the years, but this home truly offers character and history. You know, the floors creak and there's imperfections, but truly this house offers you a story, and it has a story to tell. This side entrance with the sidewalk shows a break in the wall here. We'll do a picture so that you can see that vantage point. But this side entrance brings you right into the living room, and I would guess would be just another entry place for guests that would park here. Maybe not your kitchen guests who come in and out of your kitchen door like we still have, or your formal guests who would come to the front porch and do a formal entrance. These would be your friends who just come over and enter through this door into the living room. Let's start here in the foyer and go across to the formal dining room. I love this room. The owner loved the color blue, and so you can see that reflected in this wallpaper that she had in here. These built-ins, of course, have been here for a number of years, and I can just imagine those decorated with china. I love antique china, and I think this is absolutely a formal dining room with these paneled glass doors and the swing door into the dining area in the kitchen. That leads us right into the next room. So here's another built-in. Now this would be much more for functionality. The ones in the formal dining room, I think, would be more decorative and for your fancy china. This would be more functional, and I love it. It goes all the way to the ceiling, and these are very high ceilings in here. This door is probably a 7-foot door, so I think these are 10 foot. They may be 9. But this would be much more functional, but I still think it's gorgeous. And you know, it's got layers and layers of paint, but anyone that buys a historic home like this wouldn't be afraid of a little bit of a DIY or a little bit of repair work to take this paint down and see what this original wood looks like. It's the same thing with all of the trim in the house and the doors. This craftsman style trim work has become very popular in the recent years in homes, and this is what those newer homes are mimicking. So this home actually has all of the character and all of the beauty that we try to replicate in a newer home. You know, a home like this is waiting for someone to come in and recognize that the bones or the structure is here, and just add your personal touches. Not make a huge change, but just enough to modernize. So this kitchen is a basic galley kitchen, and your view from the window is phenomenal. We'll get you a picture of that. But my favorite thing in this kitchen is the pantry. So you have this huge pantry. You have a place to dry your dishcloths and to hang things. I can just imagine this being filled maybe in the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, with all of the different ingredients that they would use, because there was no Easy Mac or there were no frozen pizzas. And so everything would have been made from ingredients in this pantry. Okay, we're now at the rear of the home. There is a full bath on the main level, which looks like maybe it was part of a porch, but it is a full bath. And then this, which was the last use, was a bedroom. But prior to that, it was the office for the dairy. So it would have had easy access from a door. And then people could come in and pay or make their orders to the dairy back here. But I do think originally it was part of that original living room. Of course, I don't know, but it seems like it would be. But this was a bedroom, and there's a full bath, and the last owner used this as her bedroom. I cannot wait for you to see this staircase. It's gorgeous, and it curves at the top. There is so much character here. Let's go upstairs and take a look at these bedrooms. I think you're going to be surprised at how big they are. We're going to include some pictures of this bedroom, but this actually looks out onto the back where the 10 acres, this property is actually on 10 acres, and there's an old silo in the barn, and even a little shed office storage building in the back. So this bedroom is oriented that way with two very large windows that offer a lot of sunlight. So in this upstairs hallway, it's rather wide with the curved staircase. This was the library that the family used for an office and books. A great area to just have even a coffee nook for if you wanted to modernize it a little bit, or a keeping room of sorts, just a little space to be. And then there's a very large bedroom right here. And even though this home is older, the closets are spacious for the time frame of the home. So you have a closet in every bedroom, which is even unusual for the time frame that the home was built. So these could have been added. Again, a lot of attention to detail with the molding, with the doors, and this beautiful hardwood floor. So another large bedroom, and especially for the time frame, this bedroom is huge. Again, with a lot of windows. This one has 3, and this faces the Cumberland Mountain Range and Highway 63. But you're removed from it by being on Old Middlesboro Road, so you're not on a super busy highway, but you have the gorgeous mountain views from the window. Come on through here. This is going to surprise you. These 2 bedrooms actually connect. In what was probably later fashioned as a Jack and Jill, there's no bathroom in between, but these 2 bedrooms connect. And then if you walk through this bedroom, there's a second stairway. This stairway goes all the way down and joins the original stairway in the front. I'm on the screened porch now at the rear of the home and enjoying absolutely the most gorgeous view of the back of the farm and the character of this ceiling, the wood wall here on the back side. This home has all the character, again, that we try to mimic in newer homes. This house has it original. So it truly has a soul and character. Just needs a little bit of life breathed back into it with some updates and a little modernization, maybe in the kitchen, in the bathrooms. But the home, there's some wonky floors and a few things that are imperfect in our perfect world. But a home inspection, somebody can come in here and tell you right away if it's something to be concerned with or not. And when a house has stood this long, it's probably just character and not truly a flaw. This home is actually waiting for its next chapter, waiting for someone to come and see the vision, see the character, and see the opportunity. Timeless style and design is something that is attempted to be mimicked in a lot of homes, but it's already here, just waiting for the next person. The heart of this home is still so strong with the architecture, the details, and it truly takes you back in time. What it needs is just a few updates, a few improvements, and it will be ready for its next chapter. I could easily say that any place in that house was my favorite, but I would have to tell you that this backyard is actually my favorite spot. There's a little creek that runs through the corner of the property and divides the pasture on the other side. And I understand that after Mr. Carr no longer had a dairy, he actually trained horses and had a horse pasture over there. There was another home on the property at one time, which was used by the grandmother. I get all my generations a little confused, but there are perennial flowers, bulbs, all sorts of gardening treasures that you can find on this property. There's hellebores over here, some iris, daffodils. There's hosta all over the back here in this corner, and then also in the front. And I would guess that every season you would find a new treasure crop up and bloom in these beds. So here's a bed that maybe was with the original house that was back there. That brick silo is just a piece of history and lovely. There was a footbridge over there that has been removed, but the old dairy barn back here, and this was the milking room up here, and then a garage and the wall that comes around. We're going to add some more footage and some other pictures so you could get a feel for this property. It's 10 acres in LaFollette with this historic Carr family home.